Welcome. As we look ahead to a double header of racing on a Tuesday. We are racing at the Vaal, and it is, of course, after Saturday. And thus far, I'm told that the weather is playing ball in the Western Cape. Racing once again from the garden course of Durbanville. We are on the standside track at the Vaal, and please note that it will be 7 races on the card. So please don't be disappointed or caught out. You love your bipods, get it down for race 1, and your PA, get them on for race number 1 as well. And we are just going to do that as well as Mr. Marie gives us his thoughts to the afternoon. But let's first of all welcome him before we even get into his mind. How was the weekend? Very well done. It's very much your tipping, very much in focus there. And you're very bullish about back in business. And whilst it may say about a length, won by a length or so, I think could have won more. I'm telling you this because you didn't watch racing. But it won with a lot of authority, got up to Smanga's charge, Cliffhanger, who had torn away. And just in the closing stages, it got up, took a couple of strides, and it was virtually race over. Yeah, very well played.
Thank you. A little bit upset with myself.
Mm-hmm.
I made Atarim immediate danger to
the
Max the Magician.
That's right.
I should have added him. I was very upset with myself. Yeah, great to see back in business. Producing what Mr. Somers always thought about him on the course itself. So let's hope he can go on with it.
Good to see back in business.
Yes, indeed. Like you touched on, opening, well, the first race is the opening leg of the PA and the bipod. I've chosen to bank Mr. Somers, number 6 Serrano in both of the bets, both of the exotics. Reason being, just at face value, right? You open the book, Moosey's affiliated with the Corey Lensley yard. Yeah. He rode number 11 Pyro Edition first time out. There's nothing separating Pyro Edition and Skittle Skies on their run beyond the Wally Rockets. So it looks like Moosey's chosen to ride Serrano over Corey Lensley's. I also want to go back in form to separate Serrano and Skittle Skies. Now, Skittle Skies is very unfortunate with his draws. Have a look. All his races around the bend. 12 out of 12, 7 out of 7, 12 out of 12, 8 out of 10. Now he's up the straight. He could be on the right side of the track this time around. So he is a bit of a draw strike. But if you go back a few runs, Skittle Skies was receiving 3 kilograms from a horse called Zip Code and was beaten 1.5 lengths. Serrano ran alongside Zip Code at level weights. So if you're using Zip Code as the line horse, Serrano is the one to beat. I'm happy enough bankering him in both the bipod and the PA.
All right, so we'll first have a look at your bipod selections. We've got 3 bankers. It is leg 1, leg 4, and leg number 6 that we have those bankers. In leg number 4, the 7, that would be the mover. And in leg number 6, that would be the 4, and that goes by the name Longsword. Right, let's have a look at the PA and see if it takes the same complexion. Yes, indeed, it does take the same complexion, but a very inexpensive outlay of 36 Rand. And again, a reminder, if you're just joining this preview, the racing commences at 11:35 with the start of the PA and the bipods. All right, so we're back underway with soccer in full swing now in the UK. Not long to wait before the local Premier League, that is the PSL, gets underway. And of course, they have a brand new spanking sponsor, that is Betway. It is 14th of September that the league starts, and it will be a weekend clustered with fixtures on Monday. It sees the Tshwane derby, that is a Supersport versus the Sundowns. Right, let's get back to race number 2. This is the start of the Pick 6 on a 7-race program, and we've got the 5 Pearl in Her Crown at 2-1. 32 to 10 is the 1 Cato Clock. Number 2, Lion in the Sky, 7-2. 9-1 is the 6 Bella's Charm. And then we get into double figures about the rest. But it is 2-1. Pearl in Her Crown, that is the Spongs with Paul Matchett and Muzieni. So Muzieni, could he start off with a double in your estimation?
Absolutely. Now, if I knew this filly's well-being, I would have banked her in all my exotics, because I think her form that she brings into this race is far superior to anything else. Reason being is last time out, she ran beyond Spirit of Lavana. She came out and won again, and she ran 5th beyond Quid Pro Quo in the Grade 1 Taquini. Fillies that finished behind her in her last start have won indirectly. Go back to her second start when she ran behind Stars and Bras. In that race, right, was VJ's Angel, Grade 1 winning VJ's Angel. In that race was Taquini Kitiwe's Destiny, Mark de Cox filly, who's won 2. But she's been off the track for, 3.5 months. So I don't know her well-being. Like I said, if she was fit and ready, I think she's certainly the filly to beat.
So what are you going to cover her with?
I'm going to cover her with number 2. Now, numbers 1 and 2, there's hardly anything separating the two of them. I just of the opinion that number 2 will appreciate the step up in trip more than number 1. Line in the sky. Now, excuse me, he says. Catch O'Clock, no doubt her latest effort is her best to date. But because of the step up in trip, I'm leaning towards number 2 over her. If you're playing trifectas and quartets, please add in number 9.
Bella's Charm.
Flight Time. Tongue Tail goes on. Stepping up over further, there was quite a bit of money for her last time out on the exchanges. So I'm going in order 5, 2, 1, and 9.
5, 2, 1, and 9. 2 and 5 will suffice for Daryl in that first leg of the pick 6, and that's now outlay of 288 Rand. Beyond by the start of race 2, and that is at 7 minutes past 12. All right, so we're back with our preview for the vaal meeting. We're on the stand-side track as we get into race number 3, the first leg of the first jackpot. And now this is the winners. It's a in memory of Everest Nyambo, merit-rated 64 handicap, and that's over the 1,600 meters. And I see a horse that Everest knew well is actually making the cover of the computer form. That goes by the name of Sneak Preview in the colors of Tony and his son, Tony Moodley, that is. So now in a race number 3, Sneak Preview is indeed your favorite at 28-10. Number 3, Zumbomba, is at 4-1. 4-1 are also numbers, the 6, Guy Alexander, and the 7, Count Short Chances. 5-1 is the 5, Gimme the Flame. It's 7-1 and better. Talking about Zumbomba, one of the 4-1 joint second favorites, was a runner recently at the vaal, and that is over a distance of 1,500 meters. 4th behind a 4-time winner, was it a 3-time winner on the bounce? That is a risky business. That was an merit-rated 66. This is a merit-rated 64, and they go over an extra 100 meters. Right, Daryl? I think I've laid the foundation for you to give us all your thoughts. By the way, they had the memorial for Everest last Friday at the vaal. Yeah, unfortunately couldn't make it because we had commitments here.
There's no doubt Mr. Hoodlakis would love to win this race.
Yeah.
In memory of Everesto. I don't think there should be such a discrepancy in the market between numbers 1 and 2. The one's favorite and the other one's 14-1. You can see in my perms I went the field, so I don't like the look of this race. Let's touch on Guy Alexander. Now he comes right back down in trip, back to a mile. Have a look at the last race. He contested over a mile. He ran second behind Leo Alado. That was off a 61. He's now off a 58. Who says he can't win in a lineup of this nature? Number 8, Green Scepter. Great to see Mr. Terrier have a win over the weekend. His last...
Same silks, huh?
Yes, his last run over the course and distance produced the second. Off a rating much higher. Off a 57, he's off a 50. He can also contest the finish over here. Now, I'm not going to act like I'm a wise one over here. Says I've gone field in exotics. I'm actually looking for the biggest upset to arrive here. So my top pick is number 8 over the 6. Then respect for 1 and 2, but I'm not discounting the chances of Zoom Bomber, Gimme the Flame, Count Your Chances. Yeah, open.
Open race. That is race number 3 off at 12:39 with the start of our first jackpot. And there are a couple of bankers, leg 2, the 7, and leg 4. The 4 is a banker. All right, we're at halfway point as far as the 7-race program is concerned. And, of course, this gives us a chance to get involved in the second jackpot. Phillies in May is a 7-1 handicap. It's over the 2,400 meters. And having a look at the betting, well, 3-1, I think you banked it somewhere. The mover, also from the Joey Soma stable. The 6, Ideal Future 7-2, 4-1. The 8, Have a Party rather. The 1, Cerulean Dancers 9-2, 7-1. And Better Bar those. Why I laugh is because you've always had an eye for the 7 to move. I see the blinkers are removed this afternoon, or for Tuesday afternoon rather. And what else do we have? No form updates. It says Muzieni looking to continue what's been a very, very productive time with the Soma stable.
Yes, now, this by no means is a certainty, although I've banked it in my exotics, but I'm taking my chances of here. Let's touch on other fillies and mares that have chances. Have a Party, no wait, in with a shot. Ideal Future, the mare, showed a little bit more interest in running last time out. Closer to the pace, stayed on nicely in open company. Teo Toriati, if she's moving well on the day, I could certainly see her finish thereabouts. Angel's Wish, anything that the stable is stepping out at the moment, you have to consider. Yeah, I think that's where it would stop. But I'm bankering the mover, and I'll tell you why. Now, there's a lot of collateral form, but there's form over distances, short of her best, and there's form with her wearing blinkers. She's much better without the blinkers. She tends to overdo it with the blinkers. Now she's stepping up to a trip that she's most effective over. So, the fact that she's got no blinkers and going the right trip, with 53 to shoulder, off a 57, I think she'll take all the beating. And what gives me some peace of mind is to go as far as bankering her in all my bets is the stable and the combination are absolutely firing over the, yeah. Listen, if she gets it right, I'll be over the moon. I'm not suggesting to have a full go at her on her, but I think you'll definitely get a run for your money. So let's hope I've guessed right. Come 1:15.
Okay. 7 to mover. We've just decided there. It is the informed Joey Soma who could have another double at the vaal. And there it is, confirmed. The bank at the 7 in leg number 1 of Jackpot 2, race 4. Not long to go before the PSL gets underway. That is the second weekend of September. And of course, during that weekend, we'll see one of the top line fixtures in the country, that is Super Sport and Sundowns have a go at each other. Sundowns looking impenetrable until this season, were beaten and knocked out of a cup tournament just over the weekend, and doesn't augur well for the season to come, or indeed the new manager. But let's talk about the race number 5, and of course race 5, just confirming the scratchings, 1 Circus Lights, and the 6 Twice as Wild, stable companions. And there is a form update. Number 7 In a Fix was a winner in our last race at the vaal, where we raced on Thursday, and that finished 0.25 lengths behind the Evergreen Samoa. So that is a form update. And there must be a weight change that I must update you on. The mare trading has gone up £3 to 58. Hence, that weight has gone up from 54.5 to 56. The betting for race number 5 has the In a Fix, your favorite, at 12 to 5. Number 3, Axel Collins, is at 5 to 2. The 5, Ariana, is at 7 to 2. That is the top ones as far as the betting is concerned, Mr. Marie. I should say Arilina. That is number 5, coming off a bit of a break.
Yes. Leaning towards In the Ether over here. You know, lost the mat, drawn on the wrong side. Drawn 1 up the Vaal Classic straights. Look at her runs prior to that. Close up beyond Secret Accord, What a Tiger, and Candler Gold, all in open company. Go back further in her form line. Over this very course and distance, she ran beyond Green Flash, who's come out and franked that form. She looks like a nice filly. So, if she's in contention going through the 400, hopefully that's the case, because it is a small field. I can see her winning, what would it be? Her 6th career victory. So number 2, In the Ether, my top pick. In a Fix, nice win last time out, in saying that he was drawn on the right side of the track. But you know what? It looks like he's off a competitive mark. He's very fit. Mr. Binder's not scared to back them up soon. Now, Smelting on paper is definitely held by In a Fix. because I think she's 4 kgs worse off. But you know what? Jason Gates likes to get them rolling. And with 52, if she can get on a bicycle and still a little bit of a march on a field like this, I wouldn't be surprised to see her right there when the chips are down. So, nightmare of a race. In the ether, my topic, but once again, chances to each and every one of the runners.
All right, so that is the story. The two in the ether. This will be bidding for that 6th win. Just confirming the scratchings, I did give you the Grand Maroon scratchings of 1 and 6 also from the Grand Maroon stable is in the ether. There's a 3rd scratching, and that is 8 Miraculous, also from the Grand Maroon stable. So he scratched 3 of his 4 runners intended to step up in race number 5. Okay, so we are counting down. Officially, the countdown started last Saturday with the Betway-sponsored Spring Spree, and we are going to be Betway all the way, all year round. But the big one comes about in the last weekend of November when we join the running of the 2024 Summer Cup, which has a new improved purse of 6 million rand. Right, let's get to race 6 in memory of James Imperial Middle Stakes. 1,000 meters is the trip, and of course they had the memorial service for James on Thursday. The day before they had the memorial service for Evaristo, and people just seem in racing we seem to be losing a lot of people. I believe we lost John McDonald yesterday, the Cape Town based trainer, larger than life in every sense of the word.
Yeah, condolences to his family and friends. Didn't know him.
I had the pleasure of meeting him.
I remember him growing up.
Uh-huh.
I remember him training a good few sprinters.
Yeah,
sad loss. Says
the Verner's runner Karangatang, by the way, is 5-2 joint favourites with the 4 Longsword, and I'm sure you're going to tell us more about the latter.
Yes, I did bank a Longsword in every one of my perms. Let's touch on Karangatang and Chasing Happiness. Now, if you go back to the Chompy round, one would say that Karangatang has got the beating of Chasing Happiness because all he has to do is confirm that form. He finished ahead of her. He's 2 kgs better off at the weights. Yeah, so both must be in with some sort of a chance. Then you have a look at Longsword and Kingshan Shah. Now, they've also met on a few occasions. Last time out, I was very upset that Longsword got beat. Unfortunately, the trigger was pulled at the 800. He had to come up in the latter stages. So I'm really convinced that he's going to confirm that form with Kingshan Shah. Now, Gavin is taking off a bit of weight over here for Longsword. He's only putting up plus or half. He's ridden the son of William Longsword twice in the past. That run behind Kandla Gold over the course and distance. Once he straightened up, he was really closing in hand over fist. And then last time out, in his penultimate start behind Purple Ninja Turtle, he was climbing all over them with 400 to go. He was desperately unlucky on that occasion to have lost. That's in my opinion. A little bit of concern is the pace is more towards the hard draws. You've got Karangatang, Chasing Happiness, and probably Kingshan Shah is going to head towards the outside. But in a small field, all Longsword has to do is get a little bit of cover, and hopefully that is the case. So if you don't want to banker him like I have, you have to include all of numbers 1, 2, and 5. But I'm actually having a bet on Longsword at 5-2.
When we will follow you, Turbo Power didn't disappoint in the same stalks. Now, Roll with the Punches seems to be slowly edging back to fitness, but maybe you want to watch for now, is it?
Yeah, what I do hope is Roll with the Punches shows his lightning pace and that Longsword can latch on, because then we'll win this race.
All right, there it is. Very bullish about another Terry winner in the colours of the trainer himself, Sean Terry Racing, and that is number 4, race number 6. All right, so you're still watching Awaited to Win for Tuesday. We are recording on a Monday, of course, for Tuesday's meeting at the Vaal, proudly brought to you by Betway. Now, race number 7 is the next Vaal race meeting, Thursday, the 5th of September. It is the Fillies and Mares 76 over the 1,200 meters, and the betting has the 4 Mecca's Bomb as your weak favorite at 4-1. The 5 Crimson Cloud is at 5-1, along with the 5 Reigning Rubies. 3 Princess Lola is at 6-1. 15-2 is the number 6 Inventorix, the 1 Glawari, 8-1. 8-1 are also numbers, the 2 Shampimpi, and the 11 Mix the Magic 8-1. It's 12s and better, bar those quoted runners. Now, last time out, there was good interest in the 2 Shampimpi. Didn't quite go through with it, but that was behind a Where's the Party, who just seems to be rolling out, churning out winner after winner after winner. Be interesting to hear your thoughts, because I think this is where we get the bit of magic, is it, Mr. Murray?
You know what? Shampimpi, if she behaves and she doesn't over race, yes, I think she could be thereabouts. Strip fitter. I'm actually very surprised at Mika's Bomb's price.
Mm-hmm.
I think 4-1 represents a lot of value.
Mm-hmm.
Last time out, they split up the vaal straight. Gavin went to the inside. Muzi stayed towards the middle outside, and we saw Mika's Bomb move up and just fade away tamely. She didn't see out the mile. Coming back in trip, without the blinkers, I think at 4-1 you have to have a nibble. I think there's a lot of value. You know, in her penultimate start with Gavin, she was very unfortunate. We saw Written in Stone come from there. I think Cerulean Dancer too, but Written in Stone impressed when winning. That was against Open Company. Back against Fillies and Mares, I think 4-1, like I said, a lot of value. Inventrix, also surprised at her price. I think she's really plummeted to a very competitive mark now for 70. And I watched her very close last time out. She was traveling nicely throughout the race with about 300 to go. She just hits a little bit of a flat spot. But if you watch that replay, she came again at in the latter stages. I think she's finally, I know she's stepping up to 1200, and this is what's going to prove key. Have a look at her form of the 1200. 3 runs, 1 win, 2 seconds, right down in the ratings. At 7.5-1, I think she represents a lot of value. So I have suggested the swingers, numbers 4 and 6. I won't be taking the swinger. I'm backing both of them. And let's just hope it's not a case of deja vu, because the last time we backed 2 in the last race at the vaal, neither hit the board.
Yeah.
But I'm very bullish over here. These two, I think, will go very close to fighting out the finish. 4 and 6.
Oh. So now, basically, as we round off, that is it. The swinger 4 and 6, the Fani Broncos, the swinger Mrs. Larina, and the commodity rider Mika's Bomb and Inventrix, respectively. And of course, the form line of the top 2 in the betting in race 3, Sneak Preview and Love Tap, should give us more confidence about the chances of the former Mika's Bomb.